Hey y'all, so I'm back with the second half of what this young lady should do with as far as her marriage goes. Her husband had been sexting. That sounds so funny. Sexting, and also had an affair with a female he slept with twice, and then a hooker that he had slept with. He's 26, she's 23. I had gotten this this message about 2 weeks ago, and I've been sitting on it ever since because, you know, I try to give the best advice that I know. The things, I kind of look back on the things that had happened in my life, and I can relate to, but I do want to say this. Not all marriages should end because of an affair. I'm really hard, when I get a lot of my subbies that write me, I'm usually really hard on those men who have had an affair. But this particular one has stumped me because it's not like the one recently that I had done where the woman that he was sleeping with was calling the wife all kind of nasty names and stuff because that's out of disrespect, and he was disrespecting her. I don't feel that in this relationship, and being a military wife and knowing about deployments and knowing the saying, what happens on deployment stays on deployment. I know that. I couldn't tell you. I could not honestly say that Steve has never slept around me. I can't say that. He might have. I don't know. He don't know if I ever slept around on him. I might have. He don't know. The thing is, when you're in a relationship, there's got to be trust. Without trust, you don't have a relationship. I have known a lot, but I've known quite a few relationships where one of them had cheated and they worked it out and they made their marriage work, and they've been married now 20, 25, 27 years. I know those relationships. Did it take a long time to rebuild? Yeah, but they did it because they both wanted it. You have got, if you're going to stay in this relationship, honey, you have got to forgive him. You don't have to forget what happened, but you have to forgive him. And you can't keep beating a dead horse. You can't continue to say, well, shit, you're 5 minutes late. You must have been sleeping with somebody. Or you know, God, he's going to be deployed again. I wonder how many women he's going to sleep with this time. You have to know in your heart of hearts, hey, you know what? I said I was going to trust him, and by golly, I'm going to trust him. Because he only loves me. I know it's easier said than done. I know my first husband cheated a whole bunch. I stayed with him even after I found out about the first probably dozen. I still stayed with him. But then when you get tired, and only you know when you're tired, then you'll leave. When the love is gone, you'll leave. But I hope it never gets to that. I hope you guys can work it out. He needs to know just because you guys get in an argument doesn't give him the right to go get smashed and go sleep with somebody. And as far as him sleeping with another military personnel, I would let him know the next damn time I'm going to go to your first shirt. I'm going to go to your first sergeant, and I'm going to report it to her first sergeant that she's sleeping with my husband. As long as you got proof. You know, but you really need to sit and talk with him. I'm not saying counseling is great. Sometimes the people that I know that stuck it out didn't go to counseling. They just worked it out. It's as bad as you want it. If you want it bad enough and you want the relationship to work bad enough, you'll stick it out. You'll work it out. You can't, when I say that, I mean, if you decide to stay with him because you do love him, and he is a great man, and yes, he did make a mistake, It's happened. Happened to a lot of great people. But they worked it out. If you're going to stay in that relationship, what I suggest is that you know in your heart of hearts that you forgave him. And you can't continue to bring it up. Even if he's an hour late. Even if he's 2 hours late. You cannot bring it up. You have to learn to trust him. It's just like being in a relationship, a new relationship all over again. You're building that trust again. And that's what it's going to take. Even though you're married, you're still having to fall in love and build the trust again. And if you're willing to do that, then you have a chance of your marriage working. With 6 kids between the two of you, he having 2 coming in the relationship, you having 2, and then you guys have 2 more. I get it. I get it from here how much you love him. And it's not a blindsided love. It's not, oh, I've got to be with him and he's the only man in the world for me, because you know what it's like to be out on your own. You've survived it before and you can survive it again if need be. And getting what I get from this letter about him, that he is a good man and he did make a mistake. But he loves you. He loves his children. He loves his family. And I think if you two sit down and follow the ground rules and let him know, I'm willing to work it out if that's what you want. I will not continue to be blindsided or be a doormat every time you decide that we get in an argument and you cheat or get drunk and cheat. That's not going to happen. At some point, he's got to grow up and realize, I'm not, 22, 23. I'm an adult with 6 kids and a wife. And common sense would let him know, I don't need to be out there drinking, getting drunk, and sleeping with different women. It's not fair to him, and it's not fair to you. As far as being jealous, jealousy is in our nature. But you will have to put that on the back burner if you decide to make it work. And I believe that you and him can honestly make this relationship work. You said that okay, I get what he's saying as far as his affairs, and I want to make it work. You just don't know about all this. If he's lied, okay, he lied. He's lied in the marriage before. Make him stick to his word. When he tells you something he's going to do with you or do with the kids, make him stick to it. Under no circumstances can he change it. That's how you have to be. As far as him being deployed, it's going to happen. You just got to trust him. I think that you can make it work. And I think that if you and him will sit down and just have conversation, just the two of you, I think you guys will work things out, and I think everything will be okay. I hope so. Keep me informed, because he sounds like a wonderful guy. Even though he made a mistake, I still think it can work between you two. You've got to have faith in the marriage, and you have to remember, in any marriage, you cannot stay the same all the time. You have to constantly fall in love with one another. And if you're lucky enough to be married as long as Steve and I have, you will know you have to fall in love. Seems like every other week. Shit. But you do it and you move on. And you can have a very, very wonderful marriage, a wonderful life. And like I said, always love yourself first and trust your instincts. Women, we know when our man is fooling around. We want confirmation, but we know. We know when shit ain't right. I think you knew your shit wasn't right for a minute there, but you know what? You're willing to stick it out and work it out with him, and I think that you and him just need to sit and talk and work this out and reassure him that you love him and let him know that you will not continue like this, and the next time he messes up or has an affair, that it will be it. That would be it. So I hope this helps. You guys leave your comments below if you can help out. Leave your advice and let me know what happens. I hope you guys can work it out. We need more stable families. All right. Deuces. Bye.